Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks, all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
Ask about Nurtec ODT.
At Consumer Cellular, our customer service team is based here in America.
America?
America.
From sea to shining sea.
Beautiful.
We as women have to be able to support each other.
Get in, loser.
Tomorrow on ET, our Mean Girls exclusive and surprise for new Regina George, Renee Rapp.
She's crazy. She's talking about you,
She's so
dude.
cool. She's so sick.
Kevin.
Happening now.
Emotions running high after a love triangle turns deadly. A man shot and killed at an area post office. How it all unfolded next.
After just under 2 hours of deliberation, a jury has sentenced a man to 70 years for the murder of a 4-year-old boy. We'll take you inside the courtroom for reaction.
Turning damp soon, and it's going to affect the morning commute. We'll also talk about the changes in temperatures and how cool it's going to get, and another opportunity for rain. The news at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, a deadly shootout in the parking lot of a post office this afternoon, apparently the result of a love triangle.
Things got heated there. Police say the woman in the middle was unharmed, but both men apparently pulled guns. All this breaking out around noontime today in the parking lot of the post office at Lanark and Austin Highway. Police are telling us that one man walked up to the vehicle of the woman and the man and then began shouting. Investigators believe both men, though, drew handguns and fired. One man was hit and killed. The other is claiming self-defense. He is now in custody, but his mother told our crew on the scene that he was romantically involved with the woman there. New at 5, the price for his part in a drive-by shooting that killed a 4-year-old boy will be 70 years in prison. That is the sentence handed down by a jury this afternoon in the case of Quentin Phillips.
Erica Hernandez with the mother's reaction to her 4-year-old son's killer, little D'Orvion Whitley, to that killer being sentenced.
We therefore assess his punishment at confinement in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of 70 years.
To know you, to know your sister, to know your grandma, this hurts. Because out of all people, why? Is an answer I will never get from you or nobody.
Strong words from Centonisha Marshall to Quentin Phillips. Marshall was home with her 4-year-old son, D'Orvion Whitley, when gunfire erupted. D'Orvion was hit in the head and died instantly. 6 years later, and the state calling this a win.
This defendant, Quentin Phillips, was the driver. So the evidence showed that he most likely did not fire the shot that killed the little boy. So I believe 70 years is a just and appropriate sentence.
But the case not over yet, as 2 other men, John Chapman and Terrell Chase, still have their trial dates pending. Those trials, the state say, could come next year, with Chapman expected to go first. Marshall says while it's hard, she will be back to make sure every person is held responsible.
Just closing 1 chapter book. I still have 2 more chapter books to close, so I'll be ready for those.
Phillips will now be transferred to a state prison. He will get credit for time served, and he is eligible for parole after serving half of his sentence. At the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Shane James Jr., the man accused of killing his own parents here in Bexar County, then traveling to Austin where he allegedly killed 4 others, now facing 3 additional charges. Travis County jail records now show that James Jr. was being charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, mass shooting, 2 counts of aggravated assault against a public servant. The new charges on top of 8 other ones initially filed against him that include 4 counts of capital murder. Investigators believe James killed his parents in their Bexar County home early last week, then drove to Austin, randomly shooting and killing 4 people there and injuring 3 others, including 2 law enforcement officers.
San Antonio police now telling us the man who lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a utility pole and a bakery has died. Investigators say the 61-year-old man was speeding on Fredericksburg Road around 12:30 last night when he drove across the opposite lanes and into a utility pole right in front of the bakery near North Zorzamora. The impact crushing the SUV and pinning him inside. Investigators had to cut the roof off of that vehicle to rescue him. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries but did not survive. His name has not yet been released. The theft that crippled operations yesterday at the nonprofit Blessed Angels is motivating others to pitch in. We are very glad to report that staff members had a few extra helping hands today to ensure disabled seniors still got their food today. Bexar County Constable Kat Brown and sheriff's deputies loading up boxes of food this morning so that homebound seniors and veterans could fill their pantries. This is video posted this morning on Marion Brown's Facebook page. She's the CEO of Blessed Angels Community Center. The nonprofit was targeted over the weekend with their delivery vans and cars damaged, parts like tires and batteries stolen. Aside from the constable's office taking over delivery duties, nonprofit Ken's Angels is now offering to provide new security storage for the vehicles going forward. Still, a Christmas toy giveaway planned for Friday will likely be smaller since Blessed Angels does not have the transportation to pick up all the bikes it was planning to give away.
Happening in about an hour, San Antonio ISD will host a community input meeting to talk about plans to relocate Steele Montessori Academy. The meeting will deal with the closure and merger of SAISD schools next year. The meeting's set for 6 o'clock this evening at Highlands High School on Elgin Avenue. It was last month that SAISD board members voted to close 15 campuses. Many of the schools not closing will see and feel the effects of those closures. Some will be merged with other schools and others will welcome students being relocated.
We want to give everyone a huge thank you for helping us and the KSAT community partners collect and raise money for this year's Share the Shoes campaign. With your support, more than 2,100 pairs of shoes are going onto the feet of so many adults and kids in Bexar County. Check it out. Volunteers were sorting out the donations, including our own Mike, going through shoes on top of shoes with the continued collaboration between the San Antonio Police Department and the local nonprofit Zapatos, and of course all of you who donated $3,000 in addition to the shoes. The money will allow Zapatos to buy 300 more pairs of shoes for those in need.
President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky are both asking Congress to come up with some funds to help Ukraine fight its war against Russia. The two leaders met in the Oval Office today. They had a news conference after that. Biden told reporters there if Congress can't approve more money before the holiday break, it would be, quote, the greatest Christmas gift, unquote, to Putin and Russia. Republicans in Congress want stricter border policies in exchange for any Ukraine aid, which has exceeded $1 billion since the war started.
The man charged with killing 7 people and injuring dozens more at a suburban Chicago 4th of July parade will represent himself at trial. Robert Cremo III pleaded not guilty to 117 criminal charges in the 2022 mass shooting. The judge was preparing attorneys for an early 2025 start date, but Cremo indicated he wanted a speedy trial. So his trial will now start this February.
And about a week after Harvard's president came under massive fire for comments she made about anti-Semitism on campus, the school's highest governing board is signaling Claudine Gay will stay on as president. The Ivy League school's leaders faced calls to fire her after her comments on anti-Semitism in a congressional hearing went viral. The school's board says Gay is the right leader to help the community heal. The University of Pennsylvania's former president, Liz McGill, resigned a few days ago after making similar comments in the same congressional hearing.
Surveillance video now showing the terrifying moment when part of an apartment building collapsed in Bronx, New York, and remarkably, no one was killed.
ABC's Rena Roy reports it's now coming to light that there were concerns and complaints about that building's safety.
Surveillance video shows the moments part of this building came crashing down in the Bronx Monday afternoon.
Like it came from the top first and it just started falling down everywhere.
People on the sidewalk watching in horror.
I felt a sudden shake like an earthquake.
And a few minutes later, my son called and said, "Mom, you need to get outside. The front of the building collapsed."
I couldn't see nothing. My eyes were hurting because the sand was going to my eyes. But it was really bad.
Crews digging deep into the pile of rubble left behind, some parts up to 12 feet high. With the help of power saws and dogs, firefighters spending hours searching for victims or survivors. Emergency responders arriving within just 2 minutes using ladders and drones to look for any residents still inside. Those who were evacuated. Thankfully, officials say no one was seriously hurt.
We were able to dig through the pile, which is a very dangerous part of the operation, and not find one person who was injured. It was just remarkable when you think about it, because there was an active bodega that was on that corner.
Some tenants say they had complained about building conditions.
In my apartment, especially when my kids sleep, it's a big line. It's a crack, and they just cover with plaster.
The cause of the collapse remains unclear, but the building is more than 100 years old. Records showing its owners had been cited for 178 code violations in the past 2 years, several involving the facade that gave way. Over 100 tenants now displaced. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Traffic right now, I-10 at Pearl Band. You can see busy in both directions here, but no major traffic tie-ups to tell you about, which is a good thing on this Tuesday.
And I do think the morning commute will look very different tomorrow because it's going to be damp out there. You see the low clouds have already built in. That's going to lead to some dampness overnight and for the morning commute. We'll talk more about that and how much rain we could see in a moment. First temperatures 39 this morning, so a chill in the air, to 69 this afternoon. A good 30-degree temperature spread from the morning to the afternoon. Now notice where the clouds have really been thicker throughout the day. Del Rio, Warren's backyard, 55 degrees right now. Meanwhile, in Floresville, where we had some sun today, at 70 degrees, 65 right now in Bulverde, 65 in Mico, and around Lavernia, 67. Cloudy sky this evening, a bit breezy out there. East-southeasterly wind, 10 to 15, gusting up to 20, and a few stray sprinkles starting to develop, but more so affecting us tomorrow morning. We'll time out that moisture and our next opportunity for rain in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Still ahead, a lot of us are hitting the stores and clicking online sales, trying to get the perfect Christmas gift. But Consumer Reports reveals why we should be paying attention to not just the cost, but the return policy, in case our gifts are not perfect.
This SA Salute holiday greeting is brought to you by Blue Skies of Texas.
Holiday greetings from the Blue Skies of Texas. Every day our team has the privilege of taking care of our amazing residents here at Blue Skies. We are proud to be the premier senior living community in San Antonio, welcoming all seniors from all backgrounds. From all of us here at Blue Skies, Merry Christmas!
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom, and here's what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. The San Antonio City Council has officially signed off on the primary contractor for the airport's new terminal. So how long until they turn some dirt? We talk with the builder about next steps on this project. A military spouse who couldn't get affordable child care created an organization to streamline that for other families, and she's getting some attention for it. The big award she just won and how San Antonio can help out. Plus.
So you want to know, who is this person? Everything ought to have a story.
Everything does in this latest KSAT Explains. We're telling the stories behind a new round of San Antonio namesakes. The names you see on places all around town. Think Brackenridge, Stinson, Tejeda, and more. Who were they, and what did they do that was so significant? That's coming up today on the news at 6.
Always love those explains. Thank you, Myra. Well, in consumer news, a warning. You better watch out for gift card scams. Law enforcement says thieves are out trying to drain the value of some of those gift cards. They say thieves able to access gift cards at retailers and siphon the money to offshore accounts. Officials say some even managed to do so without affecting the appearance of the cards. But if you notice scuff marks near barcodes, maybe a sign that the card isn't any good. It's recommended that you check gift cards thoroughly before you buy one.
First, the hustle and the bustle, and then the hassle of the holiday returns. But sometimes you may give or get a gift you just can't use, and retailers know that.
Yeah, so 12 on your side's Marilyn Moore says many stores have tweaked their return policies.
Ever received a gift that's just not a fit?
An ugly sweater. Probably an ugly purse that I had to return and try to exchange without the person knowing that I'm exchanging it.
It is the thought that counts, but 40% of people say they'll probably return at least one gift this holiday.
We try not to return things, but it's impossible, especially with all of the online ordering.
To save the hassle, it helps to check the return policy before you buy.
Every retailer has their own policy, but many extend the window through the end of January, effectively giving recipients a month to return or exchange once they've gotten their gift.
Walmart is allowing most purchases made between October 1st and December 31st to be returned until January 31st. At Target, you have through January 24th to return most electronics and entertainment items. Apple is an exception. And at Best Buy, make returns by January 13th. Holiday gifts you buy from Amazon will need to be returned by January 31st. But beware, third-party sellers may not be as return-friendly.
If you're not sure you'll keep a gift, don't remove tags or rip the box. You might incur a restocking fee, which could be up to 15% of what you paid, if the packaging isn't intact. That's especially common for electronics.
And save those gift receipts. But even if you don't have one, you can still ask for a refund or store credit.
And gift cards are popular, but every year millions of dollars in gift cards goes unused. So if you get one you're just not going to use, you can donate it to charity. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Let's take a live look outside. 66 degrees. Why do I have the feeling this is going to be kind of a view we're going to see for the next 24 hours?
Yeah, and beyond, actually. Get used to gray in our sky. We'll have some peaks of sunshine into Thursday, and then I think we'll really have to wait till the weekend to get into more sunshine. And those low clouds will lead to areas of rain. Take a look at our headlines, starting with turning damp and chilly tomorrow. Temperatures actually dropping a little bit throughout the day. Additional rain likely on Friday, and then a cool but quiet weekend with some sunshine, but definitely feeling like fall. We're going to start with the rain, and tomorrow it's more so dampness and very light rain. Once we get into the morning commute, we're talking scattered to widespread, very light rain, but enough to cause wet roadways, a lot of road spray, reduced visibility, and probably some issues on the roadways for the morning commute. That 60% chance lasting through noon, so pretty good coverage. And even if you don't have the light rain moving through your neck of the woods at any given time, likely to have some drizzle mixed in between. Then tomorrow afternoon, the rain chances fall off. So bottom line here, most of the moisture tomorrow is coming for the first part of the day, the morning commute through midday, afternoon commute, probably not as problematic when it comes to moisture on the roadways. Notice the clouds really thickening, getting lower and filling in the sky as we saturate. That's gradually going to lead to some of these areas of light rain. Here's our future cast. And it gives us a pretty good representation of what to expect. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow. Some random light showers popping up on the radar screen. That's all the way through the morning commute. And it does indicate maybe one or two moderate showers. It's possible, yet unlikely for that. Just mainly persistent drizzle and then passing light showers through the noon hour and then tapering off in the afternoon, because we'll have a little layer of dry air that's going to slide in, and that should help turn off some of that moisture for the second half of the day. All in all, we're talking 1/10 to maybe 2/10 of an inch of rain tomorrow. That's it. Now, our next opportunity is on Friday. That's a 60% chance, and that system is off to the west right now. The same one we were talking about yesterday. This swirl here near Salt Lake City, that swirl is headed our way. That's the upper level low. It's still organizing and coming together, but that's going to boost those rain chances for Friday, when we could see an additional ½ inch or so in some areas. Let's talk temperatures. 66 right now, dew point of 50, a little bit breezy, gusts up to 25 miles per hour. We're generally in the 60s, some 50s out there across the state. Right now, 64, Helotes, 65 in Bulverde. Tomorrow, notice our temperature trend. 56 at 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. And then into the afternoon, we actually get cooler by a few degrees down into the low 50s. So think of it as damp and 50s tomorrow, low 60s Thursday. By Friday, with that next round of rain, 60 degrees, and then this weekend we clear out, but still in the 50s near 60, so feeling like fall.
Oh, yeah. Winter. In my book.
It's a record that nobody in the franchise is happy about.
No one. Yeah, and every night up until this point, last night, it's felt like, okay, maybe tonight they'll win, maybe tonight. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. A new franchise record has been set. The Spurs lose their 17th consecutive games, surpassing last year's 16-game losing streak. Last night, the defense played well, but offense, they were ice cold. Plus, the Texans can't catch a break as of late. C.J. Stroud is in concussion protocol, and key playmaker Nico Collins joins Tank Dell as the latest receiver to be injured. Well, it happened. The San Antonio Spurs surpassed their franchise record losing streak with 17 straight losses after falling to the Rockets last night by an 11-point margin. Although the Silver and Black are less concerned with its overall win total and more focused on the strides being made game to game as the youngest team in the NBA. The Spurs played very well defensively against Houston, but offensively the group went cold, shooting 12% from three-point distance. Devin Vassell went 1 for 9 from three, while Keldon Johnson missed all 9 of his long-range shots.
It's definitely frustrating. We feel like we dropped a lot of games we should have won, and it's frustrating. But we know like every time we know that we put in the work for it. So we believe in each other, and I wouldn't want to do it with any other group than the group we got. So I'm excited to get back out there Wednesday and put on another great performance.
San Antonio has a back-to-back against the Los Angeles Lakers on deck. The two square off Wednesday and Friday at Frost Bank Center. Our Tip-Off Plus pregame show will be live tomorrow at 6:30.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Well, things quickly turned bleak for the Houston Texans. Rookie standout C.J. Stroud remains in the NFL's concussion protocol, meaning the Texans will likely turn to Davis Mills to lead the offense on Sunday. And wide receiver Nico Collins remains questionable after sustaining a calf injury against the Jets 1 week after Tank Dell was sidelined for the season. Collins has been incredible for Houston this year, recently becoming the 4th receiver in Texans history to have 1,000 receiving yards.
Losing Nico is tough. Nico has been an explosive playmaker for us all year, right? He's a guy who's been truly reliable. We've needed it most in those moments. Nico has showed up and made those plays. So when you lose him, things change. Like how you call the plays you had designed for Nico, that changes, right? Because he isn't out there. And so you have to find a way to still continue to move the ball, right? Other people have to step up and make plays when that opportunity, right, is thrust upon them. Are they stepping up and making those plays?
We'll know more about the statuses of both Collins and Stroud as the week progresses.
Yeah, this is a critical time for Houston if they want to make a run at the division.
It is terrible timing for all of this to happen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mary.
We'll be right back.
Turning damp and cool tomorrow. We're going to be in the 50s all day, even dropping a few degrees in the afternoon, and then not warming up much thereafter.
Thanks, Adam, and thank you for watching the news at 5.
World News up next. See you back here at 6.